What's going on? I think this thing's working. It's actually really bright. I thought it was going to be dim like it was last night. Let me turn it down a little bit. Do a little sprucing up here. Hopefully it's working. How about the Nan van? Oh man. Howdy, Big Mike. What's up, Tom? What's up, Dan? What's up, Auto Salvage Outlaws? Oh, he put some videos up. Nice. Awesome. Let me see if this will work. Oh, nope. That didn't work. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did hear about some storms down south of here. I'll pin that one. How you doing, Dr. Art? NSB, what's happening? Wendy, how you doing? I think it's working. I did a little test with it the other night and it seemed to work fine, so hopefully we'll be good. I will apologize. My allergies are crazy today. Let's see if this is working. Shut the sound off. Sound good? All right, good. I just want to make sure everything's playing. Yep, it is good. So I got the Jeep this weekend, or last weekend at least. Sounds like you're muttering. Yeah. My head is clogged up, man. Let's see what else. I start a new job next week, so I got to get all my crap moved around this week. But if I don't, I can move it next week. It shouldn't be a big problem. I said I got the Jeep. I was farting around with it, and then after work today, I went to help a friend put an alternator on their car, and it took me about 2 hours to get it off. And then, yeah, the car right here, yeah. There's actually two of them back there. I don't even know what that. Oh, gun lube. Hot rod there. Yeah, that's my spares. Yeah, like I said, this is all really bright behind here tonight. It's like my camera's working really well. Let's see if I can dim that down a little bit. Well, maybe not. There you go. Yeah, there we go. There we go. It's like the picture, the frame's wider than it normally is. Usually it's like, But yeah, just been a busy week. Gonna be camping this weekend with my grandkids, so that'll be fun. And then I can get back to working. What's up, Barrows? What's up, Leighton? Still seems too bright. I can dim that one down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I seen Barrows' subs are going up pretty nicely. Seen Travis hit 1,000 the other night. That's pretty cool. Yep, ready or not. Carlisle, yep. Tis the weekend for it. What's up, Big Mike? But hopefully, I've got a lot of parts for the truck, and actually, I went over to my brother's shop, and he's got a bunch of stuff he's going to give me for the truck. I noticed the gas tank is rusted out because it's leaking now. So it has a pan under it. I've been putting the gas in the lawnmower. So he has a fuel cell for me to put in the truck. So I got to figure out how I'm going to do that. And he said he'd get the fuel line and stuff for me too. Excuse me one second. I'm going to mute this for just a second. There we go. Yeah, thanks, Barrows. That CJ is pretty fun. It's a man. You got to drive it though. I mean, it's got you hit the brakes and it pulls one way and then the other way, and then you're shifting and it's manual steering, and it's fun though. I drove it home and it was really loud, and then as soon as I got in the driveway, I was like, "What was wrong with this exhaust?" And I touched the muffler on the driver's side because it has those fender well headers, and the muffler fell off. Like the whole end of the header came off. Mike said he's probably hit 1,000 in a year or two. Ah, you'll be there. Yeah, you'll probably take you a year. I finally got back up to 2,200. I think when they knocked me down back in the early part of the year, like almost 100 subs. That was crazy. It takes so long to get back there, but I've gotten a few. A few this week or this month at least. I think I've had almost 20 new ones. That's pretty good for me. Mine don't usually go up very quick. Was the tailgate deleted on it? I have no idea. I'm just learning about these things, Dan. I'm assuming, yeah, because I was looking at pictures of some. So, yeah, I'm thinking it got deleted. Hey, Family's Garage, how you doing? So yeah, it looks like, and they put it's got fiberglass front fenders on it also. So the front end's kind of wonky, I think, because of the not having the steel fenders. It doesn't have all the support that it's supposed to have. What else does it have? Something else. Oh, it's got these giant like boat speakers right here on the roll bar. But the radio doesn't work in it anyway. You'd have to have pretty loud speakers to hear it anyway, because it's pretty loud. Yeah. Leighton says one more to go to hit 140. Nice. Big Mike says gain and lost at least 20. Yeah, I know. It's crazy how it goes up, down, up, down, up, down. Oh, yeah, Tom, you did say you had one like that on your lot, didn't you? Yeah, that thing's a beast. I need to adjust the brakes on it for sure because, whew, it is all over the place. All over the place. But yeah, I'll be farting around with that one, and then I really need to get after the truck. But I should have all the parts here in the next week or so. Uh-oh, here goes the neighborhood. Look who we got.
Thanks for coming by.
What's happening? Yeah. You were just in the neighborhood.
That's in the neighborhood.
That was an awesome van. We actually had one like that. My wife and I, we had an 85 that we went to Florida with the kids and stuff years ago. I love that thing. It didn't have the high roof, but it had all the other stuff, you know.
Yeah, that one doesn't leak.
That's cool. My grandma had one, like a camper van, it was a maxi van. That's what it was. A big old
Yeah.
1-ton camper. Hey, Buck, what's going on? So yeah, so my allergies are kicking my hind end today.
1 to go till 140.
Yeah, Leighton.
Is that similar to 139? I think it is.
6 one, half dozen the other. You know.
If you're not subscribed to Leighton Welding, you hit him up.
Yep. He's got some cool welding videos, that's for sure. Barrow's got us a video about the CJ's Jeeps yet. Yeah, especially the lifted ones, right? Yeah, this one's got some quirky stuff on it, but like I said, it's a handful to drive. You have got to manhandle that dude.
The Big Mike.
Yeah, Big Mike's in here. Did I miss anybody else? Don. Well, yeah, Don's always in here. He's lurking everywhere.
That's it.
Had some weird person call me about wanting their transmission worked on today.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I saw the text later on. I don't know what I was doing. I was at work, obviously, but like when I called you back, I was cooking lunch. So
I've gotten a lot of people with that, actually.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I'm like,
my favorite response though is I tried that with Levi's Backyard Performance, and I got this really professional text back, like I'm a real customer. I'm thinking, man, what kind of customers do you have?
I'm like, let me get back to you on that one.
Don English. So I got a question for you.
Got a question.
And I don't know the answer to this because I have never participated in a car show in my life. And that's probably for good reason. Question is would the people at Carlisle, would they allow that van on their show field? Because if they will, it'll be there.
Yeah.
I'd be all about it.
I don't think they have a choice if you show up, do they?
I'm dead serious. So Don, let me know if that's because if they got a snobby attitude about it, then I won't. But I will totally do it. I'll totally put it on the show field. Oh yeah, all about it. All about it.
I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm down with it. And if Roland George burns up an ammeter wire and he needs a ride back to the hotel, then he can be like, my gosh, what is this? This guy drives the weirdest stuff. Because last year I picked up in a Camaro.
Yeah, that was totally out of Oh, I got NSP.
Hey, it's got day 25 mods. Yes. Yes, I'll tell you what, the guys that they like the day 1 car, but some of them begrudgingly tolerate these day 2 cars and all their tackiness. That Dan's got a good point. Mine's got year 37 mods.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that thing. Some guy decided on purpose that looked better than what was already there on that front clip.
Yeah, that rust was weird. I'm like, what were they getting ready to do some custom stuff on it or what?
I'm guessing he put a stripe and he maybe painted. He took it to bare metal. Then he paints it in stripes and then it came off. I don't know.
Yeah, that was strange. Because it was like the mirror was bolted back on over the metal and everything.
the mirrors, you go down the road and they just it looks like like on cable TV, if you paid for 13 channels, you got 13, and like the other 30 were blurry.
Right,
that's what the mirrors look like when you're going down the highway in that thing.
Yeah, you got the sound, but the
yeah. And 9 decals on that hood. 9.
Yeah.
9. Because 8 just
wasn't enough.
Yeah,
my Jeep has those lethal whatever stickers on the front of it. The same ones. I
I'll
think it
take
has
stuff
some of the
no one
eagles
can
too.
explain. Uh, What's that?
So I think it has those eagles on it also.
Well, it's got 8 now.
Yeah.
It had 9.
Yeah, Aunt Nan took care of that one, didn't he? Didn't she? Yeah, that was awesome. I was
Yeah, and
like,
I
oh
didn't
shit,
even.
she's gonna cut a hole in that hood.
Oh yeah, she's like going after it.
She
She
ain't
went
messing
after,
around.
and the dream catcher thing. It was so great. She sits down in the seat, and I don't even think she turned all the way into proper seating position before she's taking that dream catcher
She was
out.
done with that.
That dream catcher is the ultimate smells like you lost a bet thing.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm sure. Yeah.
it's yeah.
What's up, Patrick?
Dan, that's my grinder. I had it in there, so I thought, well, hey, if you want to take the first eagle off, knock yourself out.
Yeah, she was going after it. She wasn't messing around. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Rob, what's going on?
Rob's Rods and Streetcars, Mr. YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, he's the burnout short.
I'm looking for Rob's Rods and Streetcars to take off anytime.
Yeah, we're gonna go do some. We're gonna do some top secret parking lot burnout videos in Mexico. That's what we're gonna do.
I'm telling you what, this country's got some screwed up geography because it seems like all 50 states border Mexico when you're on YouTube.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm pretty amazed by that, actually.
Yeah. You look at the map and you're like, how's this add up? But yeah,
we have the best street on earth that would be Mexico, but you can't. It's in the wrong place for people going through there. It's the only straight road in this entire area.
We used to have a real good one, but now they built all the projects are built up around it. The housing, the neighborhoods. It used to be perfect. We even had it marked off and everything, but yeah, you can't even go 5 miles over the speed limit over there now.
Danny Boyd says try Chipotle or Taco Bell parking lot. Use Pizza Hut. There's never anyone at Pizza Hut. There's nobody. Yeah, or if you can find a Kmart, just go into the old auto service center. Do it indoors.
They just tore our Kmart down. They're building a Kroger, so we're kind of screwed on that one.
There's actually one Kmart still operating in Florida.
There is. Yep.
And that's because nature has a sense of humor. Yeah. Can you imagine the calls for service the police get at the last Kmart in Florida? It's got to be awesome. It has to be. I bet every day that Kmart generates at least one short or something for World Star. You know it does.
Oh, yeah. Or one picture for a meme. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm sure it does. Buck says, smash the like button. Thanks, Buck.
Our Kmart had a good parking lot, too, and then Hobby Lobby goes in there.
Mm-hmm. Our parking lot right here, before they tore it down, it was back in the, I think it was
They tore your parking lot down?
Or before they tore our Kmart down, there was a guy in the parking lot. He had just bought a GTO, and he was out there doing donuts, and he had his kid in the car, and he hit a telephone pole, and he'd been drinking. It was the biggest story in town.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, Blake's talking about everything, those 5 mile square grids. We don't have anything like that here. Okay, so here our street grids are this. Okay, and then they're all up and down hills and stuff. There's nothing like that here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, our town, everything around here is old, and like you could tell it was not set up. Like they did not plot it as a city. It's just like, oh, here's a road that goes into town, and then it just spreads out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did destroy that GTO, didn't it, Rob? I laughed when I heard the story. Everybody else was like, "Oh my gosh!" I'm like, that guy was out having fun, man.
He paid some idiot tax, and that's okay.
That's right. Yeah.
I pay idiot tax every time I go out in that van. Let me tell you, when I went to Tennessee last time, I took that van to Nashville area, and I took it down there to see Dallas, and why Dallas can't believe I would bring it, I don't know. I'll drive it anywhere. So I stopped in Bristol, Chick-fil-A, in the van, and I roll up, and I applaud the professionalism of the girl taking the order. Okay. She said, "May I have a name for your order?" I said, "Eddie."
Eddie.
Like, why would you? And then by the time I got to the window, it seemed like there had been communications going on because they were expecting me. And I don't know what's funnier, the people that remember Christmas Vacation or the people who've never seen it, because you get really good looks for both.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the young people think that this is just my style, man.
What did he say? Oh, Big Mike said he reserved a hotel for no
bet
name.
they are.
And he said they're filling up. Yeah, I bet.
I bet they are.
What's up, Buff? Yeah, those people were probably like, "What in the heck is going on there?" And they're like, then they had to explain in the movie, you know.
Yeah.
Police station across the street from our Kmart. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't a goat. It was a GTO. It was, yeah. It was one of them Australian GTOs. A Holden. What did that happen here?
Yeah, there's my ticket right there.
Eddie, blue van.
That's right. There you go.
That's awesome. Eddie, duh.
Yeah. What's wrong with these people?
What's happening, Shop Cat? Empty out the shitter yet. Yeah, right in the back of Andy's trunk or Brian's trunk.
Poor Lunar, he stopped by.
Yeah. He got stuck with that one, didn't
he? Crime of opportunity.
Yeah.
Hey. You want to know what octane that Buick runs on?
Yeah. Runs on methane.
Yeah, that's it.
Like some Mad Max stuff. That was funny though.
Yeah, just turn the timing back about 10 degrees. You're good to go.
Yeah, it won't knock. Might smell kind of funny. But...
Tell you what, it's less sketchy than the fan belt he rode in on. I can tell you that.
Oh shoot, yeah.
Oh, he had a fan belt made out of shoelaces.
Oh geez, yeah.
He did. He had a fan belt go down about 7 miles from town, and he did that. And he put a proper belt on it when he got in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen guys do that before just to get them there. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. A Chevy GTO, yeah. Yeah, definitely had some Chevy stuff to it. But yeah, like I said, I'm just after this weekend, I'm going to get after the truck pretty good. I'll have time, and we're taking our grandkids camping this weekend. That'll be an adventure.
I was posting this up late last night. This 79 behind me. I thought I'll do a short of it. I figured, well, put up a short. 80% of the people will just, that's cool.
Right.
10% of the people will like, yeah, man, you tell them. And then the other 10 will be like, die.
Yeah. Oh, crap. Yeah.
I figured that'd be about the breakdown.
That'd be the
probably was pretty
unsubscribe.
Big Mike sounds like he's got some experience on this. Yeah. What size fan belt do you need? I don't know, 40?
About a 44. I've heard of people using like pantyhose and all kinds of stuff. So,
I found that you can just carry an extra fan belt.
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
I'm usually like, if I replace it, I'll just put the old one in the trunk just for a spare,
Most people carry them in the VW Beetles because the fan belt is so critical on those cars. It runs the fan that cools that air-cooled engine,
Yep.
and they lace it around in the clips for the wheel cover on the spare tire.
Mm-hmm.
And it works great.
You ever seen the videos where the guys have the engine running and they'll pop it off with a screwdriver and then they'll pop it back on with a screwdriver?
Yeah,
the
you
belt.
can do that.
It's pretty cool. Because I mean, all it runs is the fan and the alternator.
Well, yeah, the generator alternator and the fans on the back of that.
Yeah.
And the way they tension them is pretty cool. I should do a video on that someday, how you tension the fan on a Volkswagen. Because you have a shim stack and you just move them forward and aft on the pulley.
Nice. Okay.
It's pretty neat. It's pretty ingenious.
That'd be too easy. Yeah. I've always wanted a Beetle. That's one of my dream cars is to have a Beetle.
When I was at New River Community College, we had to obviously change engines and stuff as part of the curriculum.
Mm-hmm.
So we were trying to see how fast we could change an engine because we had a 66 Beetle.
Okay.
My lab partner had it. And we changed that thing probably 3 times, because it's part of the curriculum.
Mm-hmm.
And we got it down to 17 minutes and change.
Nice.
Which is it's totally doable. A Beetle is not that. The record on it is probably not but 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
They have competitions at these Volkswagen events where a team of 3 guys or something will come out and they'll start with them backed up on ramps and they'll do it in 3 minutes.
Wow.
And off the ramps. And you can do that, but we did it in 17. I mean, there's only the 4 bolts. There's the clutch cable, the heater boxes.
Mm-hmm.
There's not that much. It's not that hard to do. And you don't need any. You can do it with a floor jack or you can just bench press it off because it doesn't weigh hardly anything.
We had a guy when we were in high school that kept parking. It was actually the principal's son kept parking in front of the shop door for our shop. And he had a Volkswagen. And yeah, he came out one day at lunchtime and we took the engine out of it.
Yeah.
Probably took us about 30 minutes. There was like 4 of us. Like you said, we just scooched it out,
30 minutes if you're eating lunch while you do it.
Yeah.
It
was, he was like, he couldn't believe it.
The hardest part is hooking up the heater. That's the hardest part of the whole thing. If you had a Beetle that were dedicated to not having heater boxes, and all you had was, if you did that and you simplified the fan shroud on them, I mean, you could make one to where you could take it in and out in 5 minutes just to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But
this was one of the ones that was like the back of it was like a dune buggy, and it didn't have the heat exchanger.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was really easy to get apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Baja bug, like Barrow said.
There was a wicked cool dune buggy in this exhaust shop yesterday. I swung by there, and it was looked like a sandrail chassis, but it was really short. It was a shorter wheelbase than a stock Beetle, and it must have had 31 or 33-inch sand tires on the back.
Oh wow!
It was wicked looking. Looked like a real life Hot Wheels. I want to go back there just to take a picture of that thing.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Yeah, I always did like those with the. And then remember the one with the fiberglass body on it was like I always kind of think of like what the monkeys drove and stuff like that. Those were kind of cool.
Dad used to work in a shop that made those for a while in Florida.
Did he?
And they would take 16 inches out of the floor pan and shorten up a Beetle chassis, and then they had a fiberglass body they dropped on them.
Nice. Sounds like a wheelie machine. Yep. Definitely. Excuse me. Well, everybody's doing these razors side by side things now, and nobody does the sand rails and all that stuff. Seems like. Hell, those side by sides are like the price of a car, It's like I'd rather just build me something to go tear up, not have to pay a bunch of money for it and then tear it up too.
Yeah. Most of the old parts. Where is B&R? I have not seen B&R Racing in days now.
B&R Racing. What am I drawing a blank here?
B&R Racing is a legendary street racer in Illinois.
Oh, okay.
He's a legend. Just ask him. Just ask him.
Okay. Like I said, I'm drawing a blank. Sorry.
Well, so is everybody else. Check out my community post if you want.
Okay. Must be somewhat of a troll. I'm just thinking that. I don't know
Listen,
why.
I all I did was I just conglomerated and reiterated everything he wanted us to know, which is about how good of a mechanic he is and a professional head porter and his street race acumen.
Nice.
And I believe he's gotten as high as 160 in the standing quarter and his 70 Trans Am with the Cooper Cobras on it. And
Sweet.
we just, you know,
You got air
I just
shock
want
and
to
stuff
see a
on it?
guy of that caliber get plenty of match races for the No Name Nationals.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's fishing.
Cletus, what's going
Street
on, man?
car racer extraordinaire. What's up, cousin Cletus? How you doing, brother? I was watching some more of their build videos the other night.
Yeah, Shopcat liked it. Am I wrong, Shopcat? Have you ever seen greatness like that?
I'll tell you, I had a nasty one commenting on one of my LS swap truck videos. He said that it wasn't an LS that I was putting in it, that it was a LQ9 or whatever came in the truck. And I'm like, huh, it's not an LS, huh? He was like, yeah. And then he started getting like, I responded to that late. Then he starts sending me all this racial crap, and I'm like, so I kept deleting it. I was like, because a lot of mine, it'll pick it up and it won't let them, it won't post it. And then the last one that he sent to me, I don't remember what he sent. I said, hey, tell your mom I said hi, will you? that was the end of that one. It was just two kids being stupid, ignorant.
I hate stuff when people vandalize your chats.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be easy to fix with a filter, but then when you do that, you're also going to inadvertently get things that shouldn't be.
Yeah.
I mean, you certainly can't trust any built-in filter because of all the woke problems with it.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you have an automotive channel and somebody says tranny is slang for transmission and they get blocked for it, I mean, seriously, that's the kind of stuff that you see in these automatic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want to avoid. And I'm really for free speech,
Right.
So I hate to try to do filters and stuff, but if the bots keep getting us and posting that nasty stuff in our chats, we might have to.
Yeah. Like I said, some of it I don't mind letting go, but when they start getting, across, they start crossing the line, like being racist, and that's like, no, I don't put up with that, man.
That's not necessary. The vulgarity is not necessary.
Right.
It's just we don't need that.
Mm-mm.
I don't want it.
I don't need it. I don't got time for it. I got good people,
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I got too many good people to worry about the bad people.
That's right. That's right.
Cousin Cletus, automotive latest swimwear. Uh-oh.
YouTube should stop it. Well, see, that's part of the problem, Auto Salvage Outlaws. The part of the problem is that YouTube's solution to stopping it is going to be some kind of, far woke, professional grievance industry activist person. And what they'll do is they'll come up with all of this stuff. Like, for instance, let's say that they got to score points with their buddies, virtue points with their buddies. I was like, well, this week I only found 50 more things that could be offensive. And you could probably read the list and like, what? No, why is that offensive? Because I found some derogatory use of that in 1752. And so, believe it or not, Lemon Pledge is racist as it be on one planet in another solar system. And I've got proof, and it's on the list. Because we can't risk offending anybody.
Then you won't be able to you won't be able to comment at all if they start
exactly.
that. It'll be all gone.
YouTube is hysterical about stuff. If you actually look at, I'll tell you how I know how bad it is. We don't see it in the automotive community anywhere really. I'm a moderator for a tactical response.
Okay.
Buff, I've seen that. You know what? Actually, BNR bullying his way into your channel was the last straw while that community post went up, by the way. Just FYI. I saw that and it kind of chapped me. But anyway, I digress. I'm a
Yeah.
moderator for Tactical Response, and the way their settings are, they have a team of mods, and you can approve anything, but anything the filter catches that's questionable, what it does is it puts it on the screen in like a light gray, and it's held for approval. And so the mod can click approve, or just let it go, or can hide it, right?
Yeah,
Well, you ought
I've
to
seen that happen. Yeah.
Yeah, but you ought to see all the stuff it holds for approval. Stuff that's like,
Yeah.
what in the world is wrong with it? And there's
Mhm.
just all kinds of, and a lot of it you can say, oh, for goodness sakes, you
Yeah.
know. Sometimes it's just something so stupid.
Well,
And
when you're on here, I'm watching the comments on StreamYard, and then somebody's like, "Did you read my comment?" I'm like, "What?" I have to go over to YouTube, and then, like you said, it's
yeah,
starred. I'm like, "Oh, geez." It wasn't even that bad. Like you said, it's just, ugh.
and that's the thing I want to avoid. I don't want to do that. But if the
Mhm.
bots continue posting nasty, vulgar stuff in the chat, that's where we got to
Yeah.
go with it. And
Yep.
I hate to do it, but
I know.
that's the way it is.
It happens. And it doesn't seem to matter if you're a big channel or a little channel. It's like it just automatically goes, I'm ramming this,
Yeah.
and like some of this, I've been on some of the smaller guys' lives like mine, and somebody just starts spamming it, and they don't have any mods, so I'm in there trying to delete it or mark it as
Yeah.
pornographic or whatever, and
Yeah.
eh, you know,
Well, I'll tell you what, man, that could be a whole topic for a live sometime is the art of modding. See, I've been a
yes,
mod for a long time. See, I was a
hmm
mod over Tactical Response and still am for way before Uncle Tony.
okay,
I've been a mod over there a long time. I've been a mod on YouTube for a long time, like since it was a thing.
yeah,
And there's so many things and tricks to modding. Like um, when you try to stifle a comment, the worst thing is, okay, so when you're moderator, you're guaranteed to make people mad, and I have no idea why, right?
yeah, right,
So for
yeah.
example, let's say that somebody posts something that,
What's up, Ryan?
okay, they'll post something that's it's very mildly political, but not in a partisan way at all, right?
hmm
Like,
Right,
let's say somebody makes a reference to, the House of Representatives. Okay, well, that's not,
yeah,
problem is, let's say you have a mod get so, oh, politics, I gotta jump on the key. No, you
right,
don't,
yeah.
because when you do that, now what happens is you'll have people like if you're modding for hosts who don't understand. Oh, what did you block? Why would you block it? What did they say? Then the whole
hmm
chat. Well, what was that? What was that? Sometimes it's better to let a comment go than take action and draw attention to it.
Yep.
So when I see a
If
comment,
it offends somebody, then delete it.
well, but if I see
Right.
one comment go by that's expressing a job review, giving a Yelp review to a president go by, sometimes I let it go because the act of deleting it causes more ripple than letting it get off the screen.
hmm
But then
Yep.
they're like, well, you let that one go because you vote for such and such. No, it has nothing to do with it. Man,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I guarantee you, if you were to look at my stats over 6 years or so of modding,
hmm
you would see my stats hate all those comments equally. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guarantee you.
Yeah. I'm definitely not partisan. It's all
Yeah, buddy.
It's all under the same roof.
Yeah,
Right.
ma'am.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't care what your party mascot is. It gets the blue wrench off the same
Pa.
if it's something
Yeah.
that's derailing the chat.
Yeah. I actually, believe it or not, I have never modded for anybody yet. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
something
your chat,
interesting.
they're good to you.
Yeah, my chat's pretty good.
You got a
Well, and
good crew. You really do.
I have I've got Don and Wendy and Rob. I mean, they're pretty good. Every now and then I'll see something. I'm like, you might want to check that one.
Well, Shopcat, while you mention that,
Oh yeah, what did he say?
what a lot of these bots do, they'll have, see what they'll do is a lot of them, it's not their message, it's their username, their entire username. So that even when you block it, it looks like the comment's still there. But it only looks like it's still there on the StreamYard side. It's a complicated way that it works. And I know things I don't even want to say publicly because they would help the trolls. They would help the trolls to attack the channels, things I've figured out.
Right.
And the thing is you sometimes not.
Hey,
doing
Ryan, I'll get to
something
that question
reason.
we'll get to that question in just a second. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying sometimes if you, like for instance, there's things you don't want to say on a live. Like I remember one time I had to take an action on one, and then the channel I was modding for kept talking about it. I'm like, please stop. Because if you give away some of the secrets of the trolls, you're going to have more of them. But,
Yes.
well, I never thought of that. Yeah, and of course you didn't. You did now because you told them.
Ryan was asking about how to get mods. He's got bots on his lives. So how that works,
click
Ryan?
on the three dots. Go to your YouTube browser and right click on the three dots. That's the easiest way to make a mod.
Yep. Yeah, all these. If you want anybody in the chat right now, if you want to make them a mod, there's a little 3 buttons when you hover. Just click on that, and it'll take you right to it. Or if they comment on any of your videos, say I comment on your video or John does, and then you can just go in, click our username, and then you can go into settings and make it a mod. But the easiest is just to hit the little thing here. There's videos on YouTube that explains how to do it really easy.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
Or you can post their channel link in your studio. It's a harder way to do it, but you can do it that way.
Yep.
I would recommend people be really judicious in who you choose as a mod.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I say this is because sometimes a mod doesn't discern the right time to dump a comment. Like I've seen people who, let's say that they're talking about the car has black interior. Oh, black, it's race. And they're diving. I've literally seen stuff that stupid.
Wow.
And it's like, you know what? If you block people for reasons they cannot even imagine like that, they get mad. Mm-hmm. And you're costing your host viewers that they don't even know why. And plus two, when you block them and this thing is flying, right? Wait till their comment gets out of sight. Yes, people are like, where are the mods? Where are the mods? The mods know what they're doing. We're waiting until the comment gets to the top so that we can pull it back down and act on it on a frozen screen.
Right. We can't see it. Yeah, we can't see it. Right. But you can see it.
But that way we don't block somebody by accident.
Yep.
You know that Barrow's garage got blocked on Uncle Tony's garage? He got blocked for months. And it's all, I guarantee you, it's because somebody was trying to get a comment right above his and the screen skipped and they
grabbed it. Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Barrows was knocked out of the UTG community for months because of that accidental negligent thing. So guess what? Would I rather let that comment go for 30 seconds and pull it back down with a frozen screen? That way I can safely delete it without accidentally getting whoever's below it. Of course I
will. because his chat's going 9 miles
exactly.
an hour.
Barrows got blocked by accident, but that's the thing. And
it sucks, you
don't know. Like, for instance, the mods don't know who all's blocked because the master list is in the studio. I hate to say it, but I bet you if I went in the channel the size of Tony's in the studio, there's probably people in there like, oh man, and that guy never did anything.
Yeah.
But it was all just, it can happen.
A glitch, yeah.
Yeah, Steve Buck says I did that to Buff by accident. It's easy to do by accident.
Yeah. I don't doubt it.
So
and then like Ryan, like I was saying the other night when he said where Daddy's Money got, inundated, it was like, so those would be coming so fast and you're trying to kill them and then you're hitting me or you or
so easy.
Yeah.
So I would say you gotta be really, really careful with who's your mod, not just you want people that are really discerning, and also you don't want too many mods. And the reason for that is it's because a mod branch is not like a whitelist. Okay, a whitelist means that you can post without approval. We don't really have that on YouTube. I've seen other things to do. But when you get too many, here's the thing. Let's say that somebody makes a joke that really isn't bad at all, or is nothing you want to call attention to that'll derail the chat. If you have 6 mods or 7 mods or 8 mods, that means you have 8 opportunities for one of them to get offended. So what that means is your most sensitive mod winds up doing things, and that I would say don't get a disproportionately large number.
Yeah,
that's just
my mods aren't sensitive. Well, speaking of mods, right here.
Hey, Don.
What's happening, Don? Hey, you got the lawnmower over your head there, didn't you?
All right, it was overdue.
I'm getting a lawnmower tomorrow.
I got my hair cut last night.
I went to the parts store earlier, and I looked in the rear view when I got back in the car, and it's like, oh my god! I went out in the public like this. I had this sticking out, and I had a little here.
Yeah, you were shaggy last night for sure.
Yes, it was overdue.
But yeah, we probably should do a video about moderators. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's an art to it and doing it right.
I said mine aren't real picky, so they know what I like and don't like because they've been watching me, since I started. So
your channel's not bad.
No, mine's not bad at all.
I'm waiting for more to come in so I can figure out what to do with being a mod.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it'll happen.
It's like show or hide. It's like, oh, another moderator already got it. It's like
mod for a channel weekly that has 340,000 subs.
Oh yeah, I couldn't imagine doing Tony's. No way.
Tony's is easier than Jaeger's. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Jaeger's, oh gosh.
Well, I was watching
keeping
like
up
Big
with
Chief
the conversation and reading all the comments.
Yeah.
And discerning, what conversations are going here compared to what's this guy's being a dick and.
Right.
there was some guy complaining in Tony's here Sunday. Said, well, I've asked a few times. You're ignoring me, so I'm going now.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You know what? I get 750 to 900 chat messages per hour on my channel. I cannot even imagine how many per hour there.
Oh, it's got to be insane.
Because I'll usually have like 80 to 100 concurrent, and they're usually around 400. So let's say that they have 5 times the viewers. If I'm getting 750 to 900, then they're probably getting 2,000 chat messages an hour.
Yeah.
You know how easy it is for that whole screen to just jump clear past? That's what happens. They're not. I think for as many messages as they have, that they do a great job of keeping up with the chat. A great job.
Got some speed readers in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's hard.
Because I know I have watched it, and all of a sudden the chat just goes like it just stacks. It's like whoa. Like they'll ask a question and everybody literally answers it at the same time. Yeah, I'm like
auto salvage. I did not. I did not yet. But I know what I do need to do. I need to take this call. I got Dallas calling, so we'll go get everything squared away. I'll see y'all later. I just thought I'd come on and bug you, Jason.
All right. I appreciate it as always.
All right, John, I want to talk to you before Carlisle.
Yes.
We'll take your van, screw them. If they got a problem, they can kick us out.
I'll tell you what, I'm all about it. And I want to talk with you about the 383 too.
Okay.
So let's talk. So tell you what, give me a holler when you get off here if you want to.
All right.
See you, man.
See you guys. Yeah, man. See you, John. Take care, man. Tell Dallas we said hi.
Tell Dallas.
Never mind. I got his shirt on tonight. Look at that.
Representing.
They're brand new.
Is that vinyl or print?
It's
sticky.
Yeah, it's sticky. Yeah.
It's sweaty stuff.
Oh yeah, this thing will be soaked. Yeah.
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 That's why if I get a shirt, the first thing I do is see if it's painted on or vinyled on.
Yeah. I know. I have one over there. Let me grab it real quick. Nobody will ever wear this shirt.
Danny Boyd got kicked out of Carlisle. What happened there?
I'm fine. But look, it's that whole piece. Oh, it's hard to see. It's like this whole area is one big
I see it.
Iron on. I'm like, I would die in that. That's like
it's got a white background on white shirt. Okay.
Yeah, that's not happening. The coolest thing I saw though, and I don't know I think I showed you guys these shop towels that Buzz sent us.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
As I was saying, it's like only people with garage in their name.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I'd had a few beers by the time I got on there last night. So. Oh, I think I just kicked the dog.
Well, as long as you earned it earlier in the day.
Oh yeah, and then today, man, I've been going since 5 a.m. So
I got lazy today. It was like it's like 11 o'clock. It was 90 degrees out. It's like
it got humid again today, man. About 2 o'clock. I was in the
yeah.
shop.
I got a canopy set up out here. I gotta keep an eye on the radar because I don't want it ending up over in the neighbor's yard.
Yeah, so I put one up Sunday when I was farting around with the Jeep. I've got it over the Jeep, and I need to remember to.
They make
definitely
a great
need to
shade tree, don't they?
Yeah, yeah. But like I said, I have lost so many of them. Like back when we were racing, man, the wind and the rain will just tear one up in a minute.
No, we went up to Watkins Glen one time. A buddy of mine was racing over the weekend, and we went up like Friday night. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning after work, and there'd been something come through up there, and we rolled through. It was foggy in the headlights, and you see canopies twisted over here, and it's like, oh my god.
Like,
I'm glad we're late.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we used to. So where we raced at mainly, there was a round track and a drag strip. So where we pitted was like right on the back side of the round track. It was almost like the wind would run up that track and then just pour over right on top of us, because literally our canopies would just fold shut. It was so crazy.
Pushed down.
Mm-hmm. And then everybody else's is fine. I'm like,
yeah.
Why do we park over here?
Can we move next time?
It's because it was by the air station, and there's electric, and there was a welder. That's why we always parked there. And we were close to the gas and the bathroom. And that's when the kids were little. I'm constantly running them back and forth to get a hot dog or go to the bathroom, They kicked out of 2 bars and a BP station. Yeah, Buff got the towels too, didn't he? Yeah. Someone saw my roadkill and said, yeah. Like, yeah, they're in here.
Watkins Glen's still wild.
No more fave for you. You've been here 4 hours. You want all you eat, you go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
You too fat.
Yeah. Why you come through drive-through twice? I'm saying about Watkins Glen being wild. We went the last 2 years, took the Valiant up there.
Mm-hmm.
Made it. See my
right. Yeah. Oh, it got matching freezers. Nice.
No, that's driver's side passenger.
Oh, okay. Are they magnetic?
The Valiant. Yeah, I got to make sure those are all there for this weekend too.
Yeah, that's cool.
But saying I drove it up to Watkins Glen, got up there Thursday, and it was Thursday. It just got dark. It was, I was starting to turn quiet, and I got egged on with the Valiant.
Do a burnout.
Yeah, I was on the naughty list on Thursday.
There was some little kid the other day. I saw a meme. He was holding up a sign that says, "Do a burnout, you pussy." He was right on, like coming out of a car show or something.
Well, it's one way to get attention.
Oh man, I watched that video last night of that guy with that Comet you guys we were talking about.
He come in hot.
It screwed that guy. The passenger got, man, his face was all busted up.
Oh, he's like, these 4 teeth? They're
dangerous. Sheesh.
Well, if I'm going to bite the dash, I'm going to break my hands first.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Lap belts and 1,300 horse.
No, negative. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Comet cringe.
Yeah, I was saying as I was watching that.
Take it easy, Big Mike. Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
I'm like telling him through the screen, shut it off.
Yeah. Just kill it.
Yeah.
Well, you can hear he was trying to put it in reverse. He was going, I
think he threw it into
park. Sorry. Yeah, park. Yeah.
I would have even tried reverse, even if it blew the training out of it. At least it don't wreck your face.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times if you do put one in reverse, it'll at least kill the engine. Like the transmission will, But that thing probably had enough torque.
Uncle Tony put up a video about that video today.
Yes, that's what I saw. And that's what got the conversation going last night. And I was like, what the heck is this? I gotta see what this video is, you know. Then you guys told me
right
what it
in
was.
a lot of ways. I know if I had half that much trouble, I sure as hell wouldn't be in 3-lane traffic.
Yes, Austin. Every drag car I've ever had, I make sure the parking brake works in it, because I had one time I had the brakes go out on me on the finish line, and I didn't have a parking brake, and I hit the sand with it. So ever since then, I make sure the parking brakes work on my race cars. That's for sure. Just one little emergency. I mean, it might not stop you ahead of time, but it might keep you from getting really messed up.
Anything that'll woe you down.
Yeah.
It makes me want to fix the emergency brake on the Valiant.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's
one in Gurley works because she don't have park.
Right. Oh yeah.
I got a little chalk block with a strap and a cord. That way, when I get in the car, I can pull it into the car without getting out.
That's what the Jeep has, because it has a standard and no parking.
Like the lady with a step stool at the train, she pulls it back up and takes it with her.
He said Tony looked at him weird when he showed up with a parking brake cable. No, I wouldn't. I'd be like, "Good for you, bub. Good for you." Yeah, it was funny. So the car that I ran in the sand was actually a big Lincoln Navigator that we had that we towed with, because I broke the Mustang. So I decided, well, I'll just it was getting ready to rain. So I was like, I'm just going to go up and stage and get my point, because I think they're going to rain us out. So we'll just get an extra point this way, you know. Well, I got up and yeah, Rob did that too one time. My nose. So yeah, I run the guy red lighted on me, so I won. I actually got 2 points. And it started raining right at the finish line. Then I hit the brakes and it blew a brake hose. And I put that big old thing. It was hilarious.
2 points.
Yeah. But luckily, I called Rob. I said, run a Napa and get me a brake hose and some brake fluid. And the time he got there, it was raining. We were fixing it in the rain. But we got it home. So yeah, if the brakes go out, I'm throwing that sucker. I'm going to put it in neutral, kill the engine, possibly put it in reverse. Yeah. Spectacles, testicles, wallet, watch. Yeah. We're coming in hot, baby.
That's right.
That guy was dumb. Shut off. Yeah. I can't believe he never shut the engine off. I mean, well, you remember when those Toyotas were having all the issues with the throttle hanging up and they couldn't get them into neutral, or they couldn't shut the engine off? I'm like, put it in neutral and let it blow up. You know, I'd rather blow it up than kill somebody, you know.
Or yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you give them time to wind out.
Mm-hmm. I said I had the throttle hang up on me one time at the drag strip. I was down at Edgewater years and years. Like, I think it was like the first year I was racing. And because I let off the gas, and I'm like, oh, but my first reaction was neutral, shut the motor off. You know, I was in my 20s back then. You know how smart we are back when we're in our 20s. You know.
Yeah.
Knew everything back then.
No, I brought Gurley home the other day, and the push button, the neutral safety still works on that.
Okay, cool.
And it got, sometimes if you pull out on a corner, saying it'll get a sputter and it'll quit on you, you know, inconvenient, wheel it over, let this guy go by. And the push button's on the left, so I'm reaching for the shifter over here, trying not to get run over.
Right.
It's like,
That's how that Jeep was when I was bringing it home. It was cold, you know. It's got a carburetor and the choke, and I didn't let it warm up long enough. And I was making a left-hand turn, and it was like in first gear, it was like, and when I shifted in a second, it was like pop, you know. And it just, of course, it's standard. So when the engine stops, the Jeep stops. You know, some guy blew around. What the hell are you doing? I'm like, I'm learning how to fucking drive. What do you want me to do?
There you go. If he was defensively driving, he wouldn't have a problem.
He said, I didn't see your brake lights come on. I said, I didn't hit the brakes. You He's like, oh, okay, gotcha.
All right. It stopped on its own.
Oh, it did, man.
Possessed.
Hose let out. She needs to bump it in. Yeah. Yeah, bump it up on the median, like you said. Yeah. Yeah, very smart. Yeah, you probably do get, yeah. Yeah, old drum brake cars, you get brake fade pretty bad, you know, when they get hot. Yeah, I don't understand that whole situation for sure. Yeah, the guy in the passenger seat got pretty busted up. The guy in the other seat, you know, he had the steering wheel to.
Oh, I'd seen the video from people that owned the car first,
Mm-hmm.
and it was shortly into it, and the guys are like, "See these four dentures?"
Yeah. Oh man, they showed a picture of his face all busted up.
I did that once, and luckily I didn't lose any teeth. Yeah. I bit a steering wheel and split my lip all the way to my nose.
Yeah, I was driving a 4-wheel drive step side Chevy truck one time. Behind our shop there was railroad tracks they were taking out. They were getting ready to put a bike path in, and they were tearing all the brush up. So guys were going up and then coming back down. They're like, "Oh, go ahead, try it," you know. And I'm like, "Okay." So I was going up, and as I was coming back down, didn't have my seatbelt on. I just perfectly lined the front pumpkin up with a stump that you couldn't see because the grass was growing back over it. Man, it happened so fast. I mean, I busted my nose, blacked both my eyes. Like, you never know what's going to happen, you know. Yeah, he rides a dirt bike regularly that doesn't have brakes. Yeah. Well, you know how to stop stuff without brakes then. That's good. Didn't want to stop in front of the cameras. Yeah, you're probably right. That guy, because the other guy, I'm about to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. They just smashed the dick cover. No, that didn't. They had one of them big old fancy aluminum things on it.
We got 20 people watching. Huh?
I know.
Wow.
I gotta blow my nose. My allergies are going batshit though.
I'm glad I don't have allergies.
Sorry about that, guys.
Uh,
Thanks, Wendy. Just put the dirt bike in reverse. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Oh, Jason, I actually did a for YouTube video yesterday.
Really?
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
It was like there wasn't no neighbors out looking at me over in the yard, and it was like I turned the radio off for copyright.
Right.
Just did a little walk around, little
nice. Good. Nice. Did you post it yet?
Yeah, I put it up last night.
All right.
Last night, and it ended up at one on, but there was I had the comments turned off.
Yeah.
And I went in and I looked it downloaded, and it was like it wasn't 3 minutes, and John Wilburn's like, "Hey man, are you going to turn your comments on so we can leave comments?" Yeah. It's like, holy shit. This guy is on these,
He is.
For never posting a video, and 3 minutes later, he's like, "Hey, man."
Yeah, he watches all the no name stuff. I mean, all the.
I hashtagged it No Name National. I didn't know, saying I don't know what I'm doing on this.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, and that's why he saw it instantly, is because he's
right.
Whoop, you know. How the hell I'm alive? I have no idea.
But after I looked at it, it's like, yeah, I can see I can cut out those 3 seconds. I could cut out that little.
Oh bit. Yeah.
Kind of did it all in one take, but
that's how I did with that Jeep video the other day. I was like, I'm just going to let it rip. I took 3 different videos. I just shoved them all together and let it go. I didn't edit anything excuse me.
Well, I'm just now signed into my phone for YouTube, so it knows who I am.
Right.
And it's like, once I get it on here, I can maybe edit it once I get it on the laptop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Not that I'm worried about putting out 3 videos a week or anything. It just hit me yesterday. It's like, hey, why not?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Rob, the Jeeps that would throttle themselves open. That he's talking about the. It was like what was it? It was idle air controlled motors or something would freak out on them, and the Jeeps would just take off. Yeah, he had one go through a paint booth. Yeah.
Punisher Le Mans.
What's up, Punisher Le Mans? Oops, probably didn't hear me. Yeah.
I didn't realize how long my hair was getting.
Yeah, you were pretty shaggy last night. I'm like, man, Don actually got some hair.
Well, when I start needing shampoo, it's time to get it cut.
Yeah. That's just too expensive.
Well, it's inconvenient. If it's soap, that's easy.
Right. Low maintenance.
Yeah, low maintenance. No bedhead.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't got a buzz haircut in probably a couple of years. I don't know. I used to just take it all off, but I don't like getting my head burnt.
I'm pretty well covered.
So I'm preaching to the choir there.
Yeah. No, I don't burn. I just get darker.
Okay, yeah.
Say my face looks like I'm beat up. The capillaries are just on the surface. It's like, who kicked your ass? Nobody lately.
Me.
Yeah.
I did. I kicked my own ass.
My own ass. I got the 440 out here on the pad the other day. First time. It's like great. It's like jacked it up. It's like, where's my jack stands? They're at my son's house. It's like,
oh, no. Of course, right?
Well, of course. Like now I remember. But changing plugs in this thing's turning into a nightmare.
Oh, I bet, man.
Well, I got another motor for it. When I get that taken care of, I figure maybe by next year I can put that other motor in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting the transmission done behind it. That way I can do it all in one.
Yep.
Got a concrete pad. I can let it set on jack stands. And
it won't hurt it. Yeah, it won't sink in the ground and stuff.
I want to clean up the engine bay and all that. I got looking at that K member under there. My uncle put it together. It's itchy.
Yeah.
No, it's a 6-cylinder K member.
Okay. So he notched it out and stuff.
Yeah, at least he boxed it. I don't know how well he boxed it but either the motor mounts, those are iffy.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to have somebody with a little bit of engineering background to tell me how bad they are.
Yeah.
They haven't broke yet. It's like, I've been driving it this long. What's another weekend?
Right.
Once I get Carlisle out of the way, then
you'll be ready to start going at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when you said Austin. I remember when he said he wrecked a motorcycle. He had to, yeah. Hey, there's Dallas. Look, Dallas, I got my new fancy shirt on tonight. How you doing, sir?
Virgin sweat on that shirt.
Yeah. Luckily, I've been inside since I've been wearing it. I haven't messed it up yet.
They should come with a grease stain right here on the shoulder just to get it out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Howdy, Cousin Eddie. Yeah.
Mr. Rotter is here. That is not by coincidence.
Oh, okay. It's not by coincidence. What else I thought I might have missed one here. Does he need the link?
He's got the link. I sent it to him.
Okay. Okay, good. All right. Very well.
Oh, hey, John, did you know?
No, here we go.
I know. You know what? You know what happened? So I was looking around in the comments on YouTube, and I saw a guy named Cody D, and he was posting, did you know I went to the lake with Austin?
I bet you guys are going to all be jealous.
And then Cody D said, unsubscribe from Mr. Will.
Unsubscribe.
Andy, what's happening, man?
Hey, Andy, what's happening?
Come on in, join the fun.
Yeah. We got a pretty decent crowd tonight, actually.
How far is
decent?
How far is Carlisle for you, John?
Carlisle is. I'll just do this. I'll do this. Check this out.
Do the Google map, huh?
Now it's that goofy name that you would only see up there. Gosh, there's actually 2 of them. Did you know that Bryn Mawr or whatever is in 3 different states? I cannot believe that. I thought that was the only one on Earth. Well, that backfired. I thought that goofy address could only exist on one place in the universe. Fooled me.
Yeah, I've been fooled before.
Okay, to Carlisle in town is 296 miles.
All right. Well, because I plotted it once to your house. It's like 400, and Carlisle's 100 for me. So
yeah, I was going to say, if you want to work out a 383 deal, if I bring the van, that makes it super easy.
Oh, don't say that. I'm already bringing a truck. Yeah, saying if you got cargo space.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's on the stand, so it's going to need tied down, or it'll roll.
You're already talking to a guy that hauled an entire first-gen Hemi in the back of a CRV. You know that, right? Yeah. And I also have.
I'm just confirming. I'm surprised it doesn't have a chain hoist comes out the back door.
Dude, that's coming for 2023. Don't spoil my content.
Remember all that lumber he had in it?
Yeah. I had a
his dog was pissed.
They had the slant 6 and the 904 in there.
Mm-hmm. Didn't you pull the Roadrunner with it?
Oh yeah, I towed the Roadrunner.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, you pulled it out of the bushes and everything with it.
Man, those haters don't know what they miss.
Right?
Because you know that there is some white New Balance sneaker wearing dude with a mesh hat that's on the CRV forums. That if he saw that, he would need to report to the authorities, you know.
You're going to ruin the rear differential on that doing that. It's it takes special fluid, and you're going to really burn it up.
Yes. The special fluid guy.
Yeah.
The special fluid guy will lose sleep.
Yes.
You know what the great part is? The special fluid guy. He has 182,614 miles on his differential, and he's gotten that long service life because he changed it with Honda G74 6-.2 spec fluid for $38 a quart from the dealer, right? Meanwhile, I have 330,000 miles and never changed it, never
farted with nothing. Yeah, exactly. I have a Mr. Spec fluid at my shop.
Why change it? The seal ain't leaking yet.
He's so picky about hydraulic fluid and stuff. Like we've got bulk hydraulic fluid. I put it in everything. Oh no, if it's a John Deere, we got to get John Deere fluid. If it's a whatever, I'm like, dude, come on.
Most of the time, that's crap. There are some places where it's true. I'll tell you one of them that I didn't know, and this is true. If you do a rack and pinion on a Honda Civic or something, Honda's got some kind of, I don't know what they make them out of, compressed elephant dung or whatever they make the seals of the rack and pinion out of. If you don't run Honda fluid, they start leaking.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I would have been here right after John, but my computer decided it did not like opening too many things at the same time.
Right. Oh, believe me, I've had computer issues the last few weeks. So yeah, I can dig it
this week, John.
Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah, it seems to be doing really fine this week.
Yeah, I was throwing a video together, and I had too many video editing softwares open. And when I tried to open Chrome, unfortunately or fortunately, however you look at it, I have an Apple computer, and it was like, oh, no bueno. You want us to send a report to Apple? Like, no, I realize what the problem is here. It's a 15-year-old computer, and I keep opening all kinds of stuff.
You just slowed it way down.
Yeah, it would not even move.
Don't forget to unsubscribe to Daddy's Money in the Garage.
Oh, are we doing that again?
Yeah, subscribe. Unsubscribe from AHRA, John Wilbur, Don English, Jason's Garage, Daddy's Money. Just flush all them turds at once.
Yeah, get them all. Yeah, get them all out of there.
Man, Hey, there's Andy's here from Unity Motorsports Garage.
Andy's in the house.
Andy's in the house. Yeah.
You
got a big group tonight, huh?
Yeah, not bad. That's probably the biggest group I've had in quite some time.
It's all this nice weather we're having.
Yeah, nobody wants to go outside.
Yeah, I was to say, when is the nice weather going to happen? Because I obviously am not getting that. It was 98 in my garage today, and I was trying to do a video on how to rebuild your cylinder heads, and I literally was sweating on it, and you could watch it flash rust as my sweat was dripping on the cylinder head.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. It got hot at our shop about 2 o'clock today. I was like, oh my God, it's hot.
Mostly
I think if I ever earn some money, I need from YouTube, I need to buy an air conditioner for my garage.
Right.
That's like the first thing.
Shut that door.
Yeah, shut the door, right. Now Leighton's back.
John, are we at 79 already?
Yep.
We're actually at 78, 2 hours.
We're late now,
15 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what? I put up a short that showed 79 going up on there. And I noticed there were people who were conspicuous by their absence it was funny when it was 179. And now they're like, oh, I resemble that remark. Wilbur, let me tell you, man, I'm not rubbing anything in. I had nothing to do with the speed at which those days come up.
No.
Check this out. I'll predict it like a crystal ball. In exactly 10 days, no over, no under, 69 will be there. Check that out. Check that out. I'm not even going to say.
Can we bet on that?
Hey, is that still 10 sunsets and sunrises?
Yeah.
The only thing is we do go off of daylight savings time, but there's no leap year. I mean, there's nothing screwy like that.
Right. If it would be, it'd only be like an hour or whatever. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, it's an hour.
You could say on the third full moon from this weekend.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. Everybody tells me, well, we're on Central Time. We have one more hour than you, Wilbur. And I'm like, no, you don't. Because when the time changes, we're all the same, so I just stick with Eastern. That's right. However, that goes to midnight. So if you need to thrash from midnight until you get into the track, that's like bonus time. Yeah. So let's say, that Wendy's driving the truck and Dawn is under the car on the hauler, working. Mm-hmm. That's okay. That's just bonus time.
There's probably guys that'll build cars that night,
Oh, I've been working at night or early morning.
I guarantee you.
Yeah, you have to.
Be looking
cool,
for a
huh?
crash.
Yeah.
We might have a thrash at the hotel this weekend, John.
Yeah, we can do that. You know what? So what Don's talking about, I told Don, we thought very seriously about doing his transmission at the hotel.
Nice.
And we got to thinking, see, he's worried about it being messy. I don't care about that. Okay. Let me tell you, a $10 tip for housekeeping will hide any amount of ATF on the carpet. Don't ask how I know.
Exactly.
All right. I mean, you could dismember a horse and incinerate the bones, and housekeeping gets a $20 tip. I didn't say anything.
I don't know what happened. Yeah, nothing.
I wasn't worried about that. What I was just thinking is I would hate to. I don't want to try to do a valve body on a live, things like that. If I was going to do it on a live, I would want to do it from sub-assemblies because then it's just fun and games. Mm-hmm. The sub-assemblies are where your time are. The valve body, the clutch pack wouldn't be too bad to do. And also I wouldn't want to have that one weird part, that you have to carry it over to day 2 or something. So
yeah, the one little dingle ball that falls out like, oh, crap.
Yeah, it'd be one thing if we had to do it in the parking lot.
Oh, now if that's the case, we will. Now, if one of us breaks a transmission or something, yeah, absolutely, no problem. We'll do a field repair. We'll put the transmission on the luggage dolly. We'll roll it right in the elevator, and yeah, buddy.
Order a pizza.
That's it. You got it.
Hey, yeah, Leighton Roden saying whatever the temp is in their. Outside, add 10 degrees, and that's what it is in his shop, and then add in Arkansas mosquitoes.
So that's one good thing about Andy Wood there. Andy's willing to go after it in the field no matter what.
Pliers o'clock, yeah.
Pliers o'clock, that's it. That's what you call it when you're out of them to give. What can I say?
Right.
every 10 millimeter turns into size pliers by about 1 in the morning.
Channel locks. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Well, that's where I ended up coming up with my metric adjustable. Right. Like, my friends out working on this Lemons car, they'll be like, "Oh, what wrench fits this?" And it's a Mercedes, so it's like 99%, metric.
Mm.
And I own like 8 metric tools.
Real.
and we cram in this Buick in there, and they're like, "What size is that?" And I'm like, "Metric adjustable." Right. Yep. And then just go grab the adjustable wrench, and then have at it. It's usually the right size.
See, I'm weird like this. When I think of wrenches, this is how I think. I literally just like this: 11 millimeter, 7/16, 12 millimeter half, 13 millimeter, 14 9/16. I think about them like they're all intermixed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so if I want a 9/16 less likely to slip, I get a 14 millimeter.
Right.
I just think about it like
Same way with 11 and the 7/16.
I mean, in my head, wrenches go in the toolbox should be ordered just like that, with the metric and standard just all mixed together, purely by the size of the opening in the wrench. I don't know anybody else that thinks like that, but I do.
I couldn't tell you what size is what for metric. I couldn't. Not even
13 is the size that messes up all your 1/2-inch bolts.
Yep.
That's what.
What I found is, like, you'll buy the cheap hardware store bolts from like Lowe's, and they are literally 13 millimeter. You cannot put a 1/2-inch wrench on it; it'll be sloppy and all torn up.
That's wrong. Yeah,
they're that. At least those ones usually don't round the edges off of them when they're that thin.
I'll tell you what. Now, so like on a Jeep, we're doing master cylinder on Jeep. And, master cylinders are designed to rust. I think they come in coated in tree bark right from the factory, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, they're 9/16 on the one side, and it's real rusty. So I don't ever put a 9/16. I take a 14, get it real square, and I tap it on. And that's the better option, in my opinion.
Yep. Yeah, the 14 is a tight 9/16.
Absolutely.
5/8 and 16 are real close.
Yeah.
Like super close. 17 and 11/16 are real close.
What's it? 3/4 19 or
19? Yep.
I use the timing belt wrench I use on metric cars is a 3/4, an S-shaped one, and it's just perfect. Like I can never lose this wrench because it's just the right length to get on the CD axle to break the nut loose on the pulley. It's got just the right offset, just the right length, and it's a Craftsman. I've had it forever.
Yeah, they probably don't make those anymore, I'm sure.
That would make a good short. That would make a good short.
Mm-hmm. It would. That would be a good short.
Yeah, I don't think there's people that know that trick anymore. I mean, the old timers do, but it's yeah, does not work on a Honda Civic.
No.
Gosh.
Yeah, you got to have those power sockets to get those off.
We took a 3/4 impact to a Honda Civic one time and could not get the bolt out of the crank.
Yeah, we have these sockets. They're like that thick, and then they have the 3/4 hole in the middle, so it gives it more inertia. But then we still have to heat the bolt sometimes to get the Loctite loose because it's a Loctited super fine thread, and they tighten them down to,
I didn't know why it was.
I don't know.
I didn't know the reason for it. I know they're murder to get out.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, they make these things called power sockets now for just breaking those crank bolts loose. Yeah.
We did it with a 3/4, but it was trying to. We did it with a 3/4 with the car in gear, and it was trying to turn everything. Like
trying to move the car.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
Well, it's because with the breaker bar, you're probably making 100 more foot-pounds of torque than the Honda does.
You're making exactly. For real.
Yeah, I never have gotten why they did that. Excuse me.
I'll tell you
later, Buck. Take it easy, buddy.
I'll tell you a dumb one I did one time. This was a lot of fun. See, this is this kind of stuff.
Sorry.
You wish YouTube was around back in the day. One time I did a timing belt on a Hyundai.
Sometimes I don't.
I had everything done, and I don't know how I know it was. I tightened the crank pulley down and left the wrench. I went to start it up, and I heard a clank. I thought, okay, something fell, right? No, that wasn't what it was at all. I backed out of the driveway. Something did fall. The wrench fell, but it didn't fall until it broke the bolt loose again.
Yeah, the bolt came out.
So I drove and I went downtown, went to the grocery store, and I'm like, what is that noise under the hood? I'm like, what in the world is that? I looked under the hood and I'm like, I don't see anything. It must be something stuck under the car. I closed the hood back. Then I kept driving. I got to find it. I know I still have it. I got to find it. The bolt came out, of course, took the bolt out of the crank. Okay, who was looking for it? I didn't see it. And the timing belt had walked forward and it chewed the perfect shape out of the plastic cover of the timing belt. It made just the exact shape sawed through that plastic cover.
Just like you were looking in the repair manual of how it wrought the belt.
Yes. So the second time I looked, I'm like, I couldn't believe what I was looking at, right? So I'm like, well, it's already screwed. Let's see if we can make it home. So I drove it home like that. And it made it home. And then I said, okay, I can't take this chance. So I took it back. I changed the belt because I'm like, with my luck, there's one burr in there. It's going to grenade this thing.
Yeah, and it'll do it too. Over. I've seen the rubber gasket on that plastic cover, just to keep the dust out. I've seen that come loose and get in between the gears and the belt and throw them a tooth off and then bend valves. And yeah, it's not fun.
Man.
But that rent, what you were talking about, using the starter to break the crank loose, I've seen guys do that over the years, like on Subarus and stuff where they don't have a lot of clearance between the front.
Subaru, Hyundai, those are easy.
They'll wedge a breaker bar in there and crack the key and boom, and break the crank loose.
I should do it on a short sometime. It's easy to do.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Let's do it on a junkyard car.
Yeah.
Right? Let's literally get it running and stab a socket on it.
I could just do it just to do it.
Have it on a big extension and just poof.
You see, this is the reason that keeps me from doing these things. I know that if I do that, you're going to have Mr. Spec Checker.
Oh yeah, he's going to. Yeah.
Or you didn't invent that. I've seen that before. I'm like, well, man, you didn't invent your phone, but you're using it. I mean, I can't stand those people. I can't stand those people.
Oh man. You know what the funniest thing? I just did a video like last week or 2 weeks ago. I was doing a 430 Buick, totally stock motor. It's been bored 60 over. Of course, the first guy that chimes in like, "Oh, you should have put a cam in there. That 430 will run with a 455 any day of the week." Well, of course it will, right? But if I put the same cam in the 455, it's going to run all over that 430 with the cam, right?
Right.
But I hate it when people state the obvious.
I know.
And you're like,
thanks, Mr. Obvious.
I need to make a community post one time. So people might not know. They might know this. They've been around a while, but I've been doing dirty work for Just Mopar Joe and his comments for years because Joe's too nice. But sometimes he'll send me a screenshot and he's like, because he knows what's coming, right?
Right.
Like some dude that richly deserves.
Yeah, like a little schmecker. Yeah.
So there was a dude one time he kept commenting that Joe improperly uses RTV. Well, Joe builds really reputable stuff and it doesn't leak. And really, isn't that all that matters, right?
Right.
Well, this guy didn't approve of it. And I wrote a post telling him, how I made that mistake once. You tell Joe he's wrong. I made that mistake once. What I normally do is I take the tubes after each use and I weigh them. And that way I make sure, that I haven't, consumed too much on any one project. And I went on and on this guy, just on and on. And I told him I was trying to get my car ready for a car show at the state asylum up in West Virginia, and I had to cancel that trip. And how it ruined my life overusing RTV one time.
Trolling the troll.
You know what? I'll do that.
Trolling the troll, baby.
If somebody will remind, because I'll forget. Somebody reminds me, I'll make a community post. Like I don't want to do it after the BNR post, but I'll wait a while, then I'll do it.
Yeah. Mr.
Yeah, but it could have been him, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't BNR. It wasn't BNR.
Yeah, he'd tell you how good he is at laying down some RTV.
Oh yeah.
I put that shit on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, my old man used to rag me hard about that stuff. there's enough on there for 3 engines. All right, Dad. Yeah, relax. Like, and I still am pretty bad about it. And I got it to where it's like almost the minimal stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But oh gosh, it's still I still use too much. I'm sure I can. Every time I put something down, I hear my old man telling me,
he's behind you.
On there for 3 engines.
Let me tell you, my dad did not believe in that stuff at all.
Oh, really?
No, he didn't. Okay, there's just certain things like shorts, umbrellas, the color pink, RTV. There's just certain things in his world that should not exist. He hated RTV. He thought it was just the most low-class redneck stuff on earth. He hated it. I don't know why.
I have beautiful RTV fingers on my minivan video. That guy's telling me the same thing.
The only thing to use was Permatex number 2. That's it.
Yeah.
And don't bother fixing any of the bolt holes on the oil pan or anything, because you're ruining it if you do that.
Right. Just load it up so it splooges out the sides, and then it's good.
Right. And I'm reading Andy's comment.
Mm-hmm.
Andy's commenting about the guys. He had guys on his channel tell him the same when he was doing the intake on the mixed up Boss, right?
Oh yeah.
And it's like, if you've ever built like a race engine, none of that stuff fits right. I mean, you literally have to hand file fit everything, and then you're like, by the time you get done, you're like, oh, I put a rotary tool on every inch of this engine. I'm going to have to use RTV to get it to seal up because it's got dings and nicks, and I got overzealous with this and that.
Well, and you get old low spots from rust and like header gaskets, for crying out loud. You have to use Permatex on those.
Well, and here's the thing: if I do like a race engine, I never throw the good parts at a race engine like my super stock motor. There was not one piece on there that I put on that engine that was the premier piece in my garage, because I look at it like this. Well, the premier pieces belong on something that needs to go back out on the road for 50 or 100,000.
Right. It needs to be reliable.
Yes. Yeah. This thing's going to get pulled apart once a month. So.
Yeah, we're going to tear it up. Right.
Yeah. And if
it's allowed to leak a little bit.
About it.
Yeah.
See, I don't want to fix my leaking valve cover gasket on the CRV because it leaks just the right amount that I don't have to change engine oil anymore. It's great.
Yeah, you just top it off and go.
It's perfect.
It changes
there's a total win out of that.
Yes, you think I'm kidding? I'm not. It's perfect leak. It leaks just enough that I never have to change the oil. And then when I rotate the tires, I just spin a filter on it. And I've been doing that for hundreds of thousands of miles. And it works just fine. Now, my driveway looks like the Exxon Valdez turned over on that one spot. Let me tell you, that spot in the driveway is never going to rust. Okay, it's a super fun site right in that one spot where I park.
Yeah, top 10 most polluted sites. Yeah.
John Wilburn's driveway.
Yeah. One of these days I should do a video on that spot in the driveway. Nobody would ever believe that that's all what that is.
Dude, you should have all kinds of, like, the music from where the dogs and stuff, where you're trying to save the dogs. I can't remember what's her name.
Oh yeah, with
Sarah
Sally,
McLachlan,
whatever. Yeah.
Has that song, the Angel song or whatever. You should play that song and then have video clips of like baby seals covered in motor oil, right?
Ducks.
Let me tell you, I could probably take like
the
a concrete song.
BP thing where it was all just oil coming out of the ocean. Yeah.
You want people to like, take your channel down now.
Well, Buff actually lived in Valdez.
A little Greta on there. How dare you?
Yeah, how dare you? Yeah.
Oh, the one where you were thrashing all night, Andy? I have to find that. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the one you're talking about, or the one when you were half asleep and at Lowe's looking for hardware?
Poor guy.
Which one would that be?
That's the problem with the scheduling dyno dates. Is literally like, you got to make that day. You're paying $500 for a couple of hours, right?
Right.
And here was Andy trying to assemble an engine and throw it on the dyno as like the first break-in, right? Oh, man, I could only imagine how rough that was. Because he wasn't going to miss it. I mean, let's face it, $500 is $500.
Yeah, you got it. You're going to get your $500.
We'll get it tomorrow.
Here we go, Andy. This is Unity Motorsports Garage, literally.
Let me There we go. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I remember seeing some videos there.
It's not big enough to put a vehicle in.
Right.
But that's where Casper's engine was built.
That engine's as big as that garage.
Really ridiculous about this whole picture is the engine and the truck probably cost more than the garage.
Oh, that garage is cinder block. It's a little tiny garage. Yeah, but that's the garage. So when I hear these people complain about how, well, I can't do this because I don't have a garage.
Oh shit!
Whoops,
you're back. I did a boo-boo, John. I hit remove from stream. Everything good. We got sound everywhere. Yeah, instead of remove solo, I put remove from stream. I was like, oh shit.
A little glitch in the matrix.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about that earlier about, being mods and deleting people's comments and by accident and like poor old Barrows.
Well, see, and that's what Andy should have named his channel, not Unity Motorsports, but No Excuses Garage, right? Because it's like now you got no excuse.
Yeah, you have no excuse. I'm building this badass thing, and
in how it was done in the '60s, probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
I can't believe that. I was looking for that picture for Andy, and I just came across this. So for the haters who missed it, here's my favorite part.
Yeah,
what's the car?
What was it? Shock dangling?
Yeah,
that was it. Yeah, the shock was dragging the road.
Try and not remove you now. There. I did it.
Nobody blame you.
Nobody would complain, probably, right? Excuse me, my allergies are something else. Yeah, I love that video when you.
The only thing better would have been a tow bar.
Mm-hmm.
There's no front clip on it, so that wouldn't have been too hard to do. But I had the dolly right there. The funniest part. This is the best part. That I didn't tow it that far. It's actually on the other end of my neighborhood. So I hardly took it.
So it wasn't that far away from your house at all.
No, not really. It's just random chance. But this is the best part. This is the part I wish I could see so badly. One of the neighborhood walkers walked by and say, "Oh, I'm so glad they got rid of that eyesore." And then they walk to the other end and no!
Down there.
Now it's over here and it's more visible.
I forgot I got mail today. It's from the AHRA. It's my birthday card.
Oh man!
Look what you get inside.
Nice. Look at that. Love it.
Handwritten.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That
was one of the things.
Did he put a lipstick kiss inside?
Oh,
of course.
There
it is.
Yeah.
I got rid of the lipstick though during COVID.
Didn't want to spread anything around. Thanks, Dallas. Though, really.
Yeah.
That's
I got a birthday card from NHRA wanting $300 for
me too.
Yeah, that's the only card you're ever going to get from them. That's why I did that, was because the only time you ever heard from the NHRA or the IHRA is when your dues were due, right? And it's like, man, I don't even get a decal out of the deal afterwards, After I get my initial package, I get nothing else.
Yeah, you get nothing.
You get a receipt.
Yeah, and then like you said, they're hounding you. You got to renew your note. I had a permanent number back in the day when I was bracket racing, and then it got to where you had to be a member, you had to buy the National Dragster and all that shit just to have a permanent number. I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this.
Well, I remember doing mine for 3 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was running super gas, and I never even made it to an event, right? I was in the Navy, so my schedule never lined up with any of those.
Right.
And then I got to shore duty, and I was stationed in San Diego. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to hit the Winter Nationals. I'm going to show up. And they're like, no, not without some points. You aren't.
Yeah, divisional points. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, well, that sucks, dude. Because, what am I paying all this money for? So I go hit a divisional race. And I get to the divisional race at Fontana. And these guys, murdered me.
Mm-hmm.
I spent 3 hours in tech.
Oh,
3 hours in tech. And they went through every nut and bolt of my car, all the SFI numbers, everything had to be with insert. And then when I finally got to make my run, I was running super gas with no equipment, no electronics or nothing.
Right, no
And
throttle
all the
stop,
racers
no
are
nothing.
bitching then.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's got no delay box. This guy's got no throttle stop, and it's like, who cares?
So,
Take yours off.
Yeah, take all your junk off. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So, but they didn't know how to. It'd been 30 years since somebody had done that, and they didn't know how to race me.
Yeah,
So,
that's the problem. Yeah.
The best
I literally went one round, packed up, went home. Like 2 weeks later or a month later, they had another, like an open deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went up there to get my points, and they would not let me in the gate because it caused such a problem with the guys previously.
Oh, Jesus.
Right. And I'm like,
Yeah.
so you're telling me, kids, since I can't get my divisional points, I can't run the winners.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Which means I paid, I don't remember what it was for a license. I want to say the membership was like $300, and then the license was another $150 or $200 on top of that. Plus, I had $150 in chassis cert, and it's like by the time it was all said and done, I had $1,000 into this thing, and I hadn't even driven the damn car. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, this is a joke, man. I got to get out of this. This is a bad deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you got to pay that kind of money every few years, you got to. It makes no sense. So then I just slowed the car down from 990 to run 10 flat. And it's like, let's go bracket racing, guys.
Yep. Exactly.
At 640, I got a problem. I got to have all this stuff. At 641, not a problem.
Nope. Yep.
So,
exactly.
I'm curious how they set that price. Like the base cost of a license, I think, is $260, and then it's $20 per class. I think that's the current price. How do they come up with that? So there's one guy who processes all of them. And I just don't know how they. So now it's all email.
Do you know how I'll tell you exactly how I came up with mine, right? So I looked at it and I did the first license, and it took me about 45 minutes to do the license paperwork and all that stuff, and then enter it all and print it out and send it to them, right? So I'm like, okay, well, that's about an hour's worth of work, including what the card costs and the printing materials and all that stuff. Because you're not printing just like a piece of paper. You're printing, and if you get an NHRA license, you literally get a printed piece of paper. Right? Yeah. But so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have a legit license. So I charge whatever an hour of labor would cost. What is an average hour of labor? If you make $20 an hour, you're doing pretty good, right? And that's actually a pretty decent job. So that's all I charged was $20 an hour plus whatever the materials were. So I think their licenses were, when I first started, was like, I don't know, $40 a year or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I should just be able to do a license for however long their membership is. So if you had a guy out to like 5 years, and if anything changed medically in between there, let's say you had a pacemaker put in. Well, then at that point you might want to go start seeing the doctor. Your license, right? But other than that, nothing would really change, because I look at your driver's license; it lasts virtually 5-6 years before you got to do anything with it, right?
Mm-hmm. I thought Andy worked for NHRA.
Do you have different?
Actually, I got rid of the complete medical thing altogether, and the reason why I did that was when I first started doing this. Is when they had that mandatory medical crap from the federal government. Mm-hmm. And there was people that were like literally dropping it left and right, and people were getting sued over it, not having any health coverage, but then they couldn't file their taxes. And I'm like, you know what? I don't need to be in the middle of this.
Yeah.
Let's make it to where they don't have any medical crap, know? And F them, because I can't fix the medical problem in the country, but I can sure as shit make it easy for somebody to get licensed.
Yep.
And then I thought, well, the big problem I have with licenses is like, all right. And Andy says that's why he quit working for him. It's too much BS. Yeah. I'll give you the biggest BS piece. If you have an NHRA license, you go run on an NHRA track. Okay. Everything's kosher. You go to an IHRA track with an NHRA license, they're going to force you to get an IHRA license. Mm-hmm. Right. So now you got a license for IHRA, a license for NHRA. Now think about this logically. The standard is set by SFI, which is your safety foundation for motorsports, right? Mm-hmm. Of how you license. Well, if you go look at the licensing process, it's the same across the board. So if you have your driver's license, and let's say you live in Michigan and you drive to Illinois, do you got to get a new driver's license?
No.
No, you drive through there with your existing driver's license because you've already been essentially tested on it at a standard.
Right.
And then now if you move there and you have a completely different address, that's a totally different story.
Yeah.
Right.
But in the racing community, there's racers with literally like 3 different licenses, and I think it's okay if they come to AHRA and they're like, hey, can I get an AHRA license? Well, if you want one, buddy, I mean, I'll sell you one, but
yeah,
I think your other 3 suffice.
I think, I think you've got it covered. Yeah.
I've been making this same argument for the idiotic concealed handgun permits for years.
Yeah.
I have one in Virginia, and then Georgia didn't recognize it. So I got one from New Hampshire because Georgia would recognize New Hampshire where I've never been, but they wouldn't recognize Virginia. I needed recognition in Nevada, and they don't. So what did I get for Nevada? Anyway, I had 3 of them at one time. I got Illinois. I got Illinois for recognition in Nevada, even though I'd never been to Illinois. And then because Pennsylvania doesn't recognize anybody else's, last year I got one for Pennsylvania so that I wouldn't, catch any run afoul of the law at Carlisle. It's the only reason I have a Pennsylvania permit. So, what in the world is all of this?
Well, and here's the real bummer about all that. Do you think you'd have a Birmingham twang if they did this crap during the Revolutionary War?
Yeah.
I think you would.
Yeah,
right?
I think you're right.
I hate it. I hate all of that, jumping through all those hoops. It's absolutely ridiculous. But and the other thing, okay, you get one in Pennsylvania. This is how it works. They don't have appointments anymore. Now you just walk in. You walk in and you walk out with it, and it takes about 20 minutes.
Really?
There's a woman sitting there at a word processor who types it up, laminates it, and hands it to you.
Wow.
Right there at the counter. Illinois, it takes about 6 or 8 months. You go online and fill all of this stuff out and upload all of this stuff, and it costs about $300, and that's what it takes in Illinois.
Well, that's my home state, man.
That's how they do. They make everything complicated.
Well, there's a reason why I retired from the Navy and moved to Tennessee, right? And it's not because Illinois was happy about you having a gun, right? Well, it's nobody's damn business what kind of gun I got and where I got it at, right?
Exactly.
None, especially the state, because it says shall not be infringed, right? You guys want to get unruly? I can unruly with you.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if a Karen has ever parked in hiding there in Cairo, Illinois, to try to get people going between Kentucky and Missouri on that little corner. You know?
That little edge. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I took him to Sykeston. He had never been there that way before. And when we literally stopped on that bridge, and you're in Illinois for 100 yards, maybe.
Yeah. Like, don't stop here.
He was like,
this is not the place to do a flat.
This is amazing. This is this very southern tip of Illinois. There's literally a road on this very southern tip. Well, he found out that historically that's where Sears used to build their Sears houses at.
Yes, really? the Sears kit houses were done in Cairo because it's right on those 2 rivers, and they could ship the material out cheaper, right?
Nice.
But the thing about it is they had all these McMansions you could order out of the Sears catalog. I've read that Cairo is full of those if you drive through the town. Because
I'm sure they are, but
it was
the
right
town
there.
is dead.
Yeah.
But if you drive through it, I bet there's all these 100-year-old mansions that came from that time period.
Take it easy, Andy. Have a good night. Yep.
That was different, man.
Well, in Ohio, they just passed. That's where I live. We don't even have to have a permit now. Like
most states, you don't anymore.
Yeah,
it's like Tennessee is a constitutional carrier. It's like
that's what we are
in the Constitution that you have the right to do that.
That's what we are now. Yeah, they just like last month they just did it. I mean, I had a permit.
That's where we were, right there.
Oh,
and that little bridge in the bottom is what goes across. Is what we went across.
Yeah,
and there's nothing there.
But there used to be a factory there for the houses.
There was a factory there that did all the Sears kit homes.
That's
and
cool.
it got torn down with a flood.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, that was neat. And I hear they pronounce it Cairo, but I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know.
Cairo syrup.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be up in Ohio this weekend.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got to go to KD for a bracket event this weekend.
Okay.
But man, this year's just getting weirder and weirder. Now everybody's clamoring for Traction Compound. I saw all over the
they said one of the guys from Columbus up here, the street racing channel, and they said they were running low on. I was like, Jesus, everything, like run out of everything. I don't get it. We have more resources than anybody in the world, and we're just running out of freaking everything. It's amazing.
Well, that's the thing. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, during my entire lifetime, I've never, ever seen it where we imported food from another country. Ever. That's happening now.
I don't understand it.
The solution to the traction compound is this. We need to switch from VHT and PJ1 to FJB, and I think it would solve itself.
Yeah,
that's my technical.
We need to make bumper stickers that say that.
We make that brand switch.
Yep, all good. You're right. That is right. Definitely right.
I think a good brand would be, DJT, FJB.
Man, what is that stuff?
Then we don't have to worry about VHT.
It's the answer, brother. It is the answer.
That really is the answer, actually.
Yeah.
It would be available. It would be $800 a barrel. That would solve everything.
FJB for the win, Dan says. See you, Le Mans. Yeah, use Dr. Pepper. Yeah, that's what my dad said they used to use when they were kids street racing.
Oh, Dr. Pepper?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Huh. I bet we're not low on that stuff.
No.
I'm low on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot. He does drink
back.
diet. Yeah. I had a Diet Dr. Pepper at lunch today. He called me right before lunch messing with me.
Who's that, John?
Yeah. He's wanting to know when I was going live because he was going to premiere his video about the van, and he called me asking me something crazy about transmission. Oh my God! Oh, you are out. You've been out street racing?
Not with the diet version, I don't think.
That's mine right there.
Yeah, I love Diet Dr. Pepper.
Well, that's one of the diet drinks that doesn't taste like diet.
Dr. Pepper doesn't taste like diet. That's the cool thing about it. Yeah.
Man, I mean, you get like Diet. I remember when Diet Coke came out, and it was like, what is this horrible stuff?
Yeah.
Diet Coke is disgusting.
It
just tastes like salty, non-sugar Coke.
And it does have sodium in it too. That's the weird thing.
Oh, does it? It's just really, really salty.
Yeah, it does have sodium in it. It's weird.
It's just like salted soda water. This is horrible.
He said Diet Dr. Pepper's for small tire. You're right.
Diet Coke is the Diet Dr. Pepper what the first electronic transmissions were to good ones. It's kind of like that failed evolutionary step that's like, okay, now we know how it works. So stop using these. And people just won't. Like, I don't know why Diet Coke is even made anymore. It's like, why?
Well, they've all went to the zeros. The Coke Zero is pretty good, and the Dr. Pepper Zero is good also. I don't know if you've ever tried that. Oh, yeah, that's what Buff just said.
Rob's Rods and Streetcars. I don't know.
Redbeard
needs about 170-ish subs, and he's got a car that one video would get him, and I don't know where he is.
He's been working on the car because I see him. He has been posting stuff on Instagram. So he's been working on the car.
Tell him to get over here.
Yeah. I haven't seen him and somebody else. But I know like Jeff's been working his ass off and Ken's been working his ass off. They're usually in my live, but I know they've been working like crazy, Buff said Redbeard lives one county over. We'll go over there and film some of his stuff he's doing. Say, hey, buddy, if you're not going to film it, I'll film it for you. Because his car is rowdy. I mean, that thing is crazy.
It looks nasty.
Yeah, it is. It's something else. I would love to see that thing run.
No Diet Dr. Pepper for that.
He went to
you need the full flavor one for that.
Where's he? What state do you guys live in?
Raw syrup, right out of the fountain.
Where's Redbeard live? I don't remember what state it was, but he was going to.
Redbeard's in Kansas, isn't he?
Yeah, he's Kansas.
He went to a no prep race a couple weeks ago, and I saw it. I didn't see it on YouTube though. I can't remember where I saw it. It must have been on maybe Facebook or Instagram. Yeah, Kansas. Yeah.
I recommend one for everybody.
Yes, I don't have it down here, but I have one hanging on my little key hook upstairs.
This is mine, Don.
Ah!
As long as
You think I'm kidding? See, when you have these pterodactyl arms, it works just fine. This is a utility tool, man. You can all kind of work with this.
Put it in clean your ear wax out. Yeah.
You can even clean the wax out of your ears. Yeah.
The neighbors get too rowdy.
Yeah. Belly button lint. Oh, I got one of those right here.
Yeah.
Belly button lint.
I think it's even the same one. It's got the same handle on it.
Dig a belly button ball out of there.
All right. I'll have to go if that's going to be
Weird Hour.
Trash can. Yeah, it is a weird hour.
We know the lives that are all for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think a good back scratcher. Use one of those hazard fraught tire changing spoons. Boy, that would be that'd be a perfect thing right there.
The little angled pry bars at work do pretty good,
William saying, "What's wrong with this?" Let me tell you how useful this tool is. There used to be a dude I knew that worked at the Quick Lube place in Blacksburg, and the guy he worked with, he would change oil in a bathrobe and slippers at work.
Really?
In the pit at a Quick Lube place.
Do you have flip flops on too? Or like
he would wear fuzzy slippers and a bathrobe in the oil change pit working on cars.
The hell kind
now
of
this guy, and I've seen this. I've been in there and I've seen it. He had a George Foreman grill or one of those, and he had it shimmed to level it, and he made pancakes with it in the shop on his toolbox, and he stirred the batter with a screwdriver.
I believe it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I cook at work all the time. So
same dude had a plate with little, like, I don't know what they were. They weren't Vienna sausages, but there's some kind of little mini sausage links. He carries the plate into the waiting room where the customers are, and one falls off the plate and rolls under the desk, and he dives under and grabs it and eats it. In the waiting room, same guy.
Wow.
Did he have syrup?
And I said, what does the boss think of that? He says he gets cars in and out. That's all the boss cares about.
I just remember a couple guys I'd work with, man, their hands would be just caked in grease, and then they'd just grab a sandwich and just, start devouring it.
He did have syrup.
That's what I do.
This dude did not care. He could have hands that just looked like he'd just been cleaning elevator cables or something.
Dude, I'm telling you, my old man, he would say, because I'd be like, Dad, you don't want to go wash up? He's like, you ever seen me sick, son?
True.
No.
Yeah.
That's why. Okay.
I eat all this shit. It makes me.
Well, you eat dirt as a kid, so why not grease when you're.
I have seen some of the best characters working in shops. I have no idea why.
Man.
One of the best, the screwdriver. You have far more stories about screwdrivers that do not involve screws. I guarantee.
Oh,
you.
yeah. No.
When I was at community college, we had a tool crib, and it was the place where you could check tools out that you didn't have in your personal box. Right? That's where you had all the spring compressors and stuff like that. But there was this dude, this big hairy dude, and he was working on a Pontiac Transport. Because this didn't date myself now, right? He's working on a Pontiac Transport right in front of the tool crib, and he always had this much crack going on. It was the worst ever. And you'd walk in the tool crib, and you'd forget about it, and you'd turn around, and it's, oh, man, right? Well, this one dude got so sick of it one day, he'd gotten hit with that about 3 times. He went and got a big screwdriver, and he slathers it with axle grease and just...
Oh.
And I didn't know what happened until later because I saw him running after him. And it wasn't until after the fight in the hallway someone told me why it was, because the guy was in the tool crib. So
that was at your college?
Yeah, that was at New River Community College.
Good time.
Oh man, that place that we did the worst. So you know how they had the drop lights on the cords, right? And the ceilings are usually like 80 feet high in those places. Whatever, there's a real high. Had the drop light on the cord. And I would pull him down. This guy used to like to hide my hat. at lunchtime. He'd hide my hat like somewhere funny every day, like on top of the speaker somewhere. So one day I pulled the drop cord down and I tied it to his hat and then sent it up. But I pulled all the slack out first. So instead of the light hanging about 8 feet up, it was about.
It was all in the roof.
You had to go get a ladder for maintenance and everything.
No, I just
We
thought,
used to do that stuff every day.
I just thought I had never seen any other place that had stuff like that. The Navy used to have, well, they still do, but they're different now. But they had a thing called the Auto Hobby Shop, and it was in all the military bases have Auto Hobby Shop.
Yeah,
you could pay like $4 an hour or something like that, and you could work on your car.
Yep.
Here's the thing that really got dumb though. All right, so in about like 2000 or whatever, some genius, politician had the idea of farming out all these jobs on the base that used to be active duty military. And they started putting in civilian jobs. And then these guys had to be ASE certified to run the Auto Hobby Shop. And then guess when it was open? 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Yep.
Well, when the F is a military person off 9 to 5?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Never. When do they get off? 5 o'clock, right? And when can you go work on your junk? On the weekend. Oh, they're not open on the weekend because it's only open 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And then they get all bent out of shape because the MWR is morale, welfare, recreation. That's all the funds go into. Everybody in the military, the federal government pays like X dollars for MWR, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, all those dollars get sucked up by the auto hobby shops because they're having to pay all these civilians.
Yeah, those guys.
And there's no one ever using anything there, right?
That's what the one here at Wright-Patterson. Yeah, they said it's done. They don't even use it anymore because, like you said,
It's garbage.
They wanted to go on the weekend or at night or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, when I first came in, it used to be run by military cats, and you'd walk in there, you hand them your ID, they'd charge you like $4 an hour or whatever it was to work on your stuff, and that was like their shore job, right?
Yeah.
And it was a good deal. It was a good gig, and now it's all garbage. It's all just we've dumped everything down, lowered the standards to where it doesn't work for anybody, and you end up losing piles of money, and it's just fraud, waste, and abuse right in front of everybody's face.
I know. I dig it. All right. Well, I am at the 2-hour mark, gentlemen.
Yeah, I got to get going anyway, though, guys. I enjoy my last rant. So I'll see you later.
Thanks for stopping by.
Get out of here.
Yep. See you.
Yep.
Later,
See you.
Dallas.
See you, Dallas. But yeah, I appreciate everybody stopping by, and I'm glad everything worked tonight, and we got to do our normal shenanigans.
It was a bunch of fun. I wasn't planning on coming back.
I was surprised.
He called me, so we thought we would ambush you. So
yeah, I don't mind. You know how it goes.
Glad we gave you a story about a greasy screwdriver and a butt crack.
Right.
I'm sure you couldn't have lived without that one.
Yeah. I can tell that one at work tomorrow. That'll get a laugh.
I got that. That one's probably not 50th on the list.
Oh, I know. We've had some bad ones.
you remember when 3-hole punches rang the world?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I still use one.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: that confetti that comes out of it, if you roll up a sheet of notebook paper and stick it in the defroster vent and pour that in there and turn the fan on high when they jump in, whoosh.
We put them. We used to put them in the cheetah when you'd have a tire that wouldn't beat up and you'd fill it with air and it just. We'd fill that full of it. The kids will.
I've never seen that one.
They're just standing there like, "What happened?" We're just peeing ourselves laughing, But anyway,
the stuff we do is so much fun.
I know.
So much. Nobody ever got hurt. Oh, yeah. They got a little bit of scrap, but it was fun.
Right. Now you gotta watch it. They'll freaking call HR on you and all that stupid shit.
We drug a car into a handicap space because a dude kept blocking the alignment bay and going to class. We drug a car in a handicap. So see, today, back then they just told him move it or we'll write you $100 ticket if you can't come right now.
Yeah, now they're going to get it.
Oh, now you'd have somebody saying that we're trying to, inconvenience people who are handicapped. And nobody ever parked in it. It was the worst handicap spot ever because it was farther from every building.
Right.
It was the worst. It was one spot, and it was and the reason they did it was to comply with the rules for auto shop.
Yep.
We didn't have anybody in auto shop who was qualified for a handicap spot.
Right.
So this spot was never, ever, ever used, but it still had the same $100 fine.
Mm-hmm.
So we drug a car over there with Jack and then called parking on him because this guy kept blocking. He was so rude. He would park right behind the alignment bay and get out of whatever it was. He dressed some kind of like a Camry or something. And he'd just go to class.
Yeah.
Like what in the world?
That's what the kid was doing with the Volkswagen, and we took the engine out of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, so. All right, gentlemen. Well, I do appreciate it. So we're going to just hop on out of here.
Another interesting Tuesday.
Yeah, absolutely. Have fun this weekend.
The weather's supposed to be great.
It is. When we're going camping, it's supposed to be nice. So, yeah.
Well, I was saying we'll be doing live or Friday night, Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey,
all right.
Hey, Don, would you rather I call you, or if Jason just wants to kill the broadcast, he could just leave us. We're already here. Could do that.
Yeah.
It don't bother me.
Yeah, I can jump out. I can jump out and then, yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys can stay in here.
Stick around for all I care. I don't.
But I mean, I can end it, but you guys can still stay in here and talk.
I'm just saying, it's not like Don and I have to discuss this rash and, you know.
I'm just going to stop.